What's up, guys? Welcome back to Pound for Pound House. So this weekend is the UFC Fight Night. I'm gonna give my thoughts on it quickly. I think it's actually a better card than even the Sean Strickland card, which is pretty sad. I mean, it is what it is. But it's a good opener for the year. So let's jump into it. Let's take a look, give you my thoughts, and give you some predictions on some of the fights that I'm gonna be watching for sure. Here we are. Let's look at this. I'm actually excited about this fight, Joshua Van and Felipe Bunez. I mean, for Joshua Van, I watched his last fight, and I'm honestly a fan. He was, I mean, his striking, his heart, this guy was amazing. So I'm super excited to watch him again. I'm going with him for sure, hands down. Even though he went to a decision with his last one, it was just a fun fight. It was like a super banger. I mean, I loved it. I had no complaints with his last fight. So 100% going with Joshua Van on this one. Fareed Basharat. I actually don't know. I think he's Javed Basharat's brother. But because, I mean, I could be wrong. I didn't really look too far into them. But he's obviously an undefeated kid. 11-0. So excited to see him as well. See what he could. What he's gonna do, and hopefully push himself into a more top contenders if he's stayed on the trajectory of not losing. But yeah, Fareed Basharat, he's obviously the betting odds favorite, so going with him. Andre Arlovsky. Unfortunately, I mean, I always used to like watching his fights back in the days, but obviously he's fell off now. A much older fighter. I believe he's like 42 years old. I believe 42 or 43. And it's not the same with him no more. He's lost his last two fights. And it doesn't seem like he is coming back at this point. So, and I think they're just using him as a placeholder just to get, bring up some other names. So we'll see how this fight goes. He's a plus 410. Would love to see him win another one before he's out, but likely case Waldo takes it. But yeah, Phil Hawes obviously lost his last fight. I think his last two fights, I want to say, and he lost by TKO both of them. Yep, against Dolidze and Alaskarov. And they're brutal, man. He got messed up like real bad. So he's coming off two losses. Probably should stop hanging around with Dylan Dennis. Maybe he'll, be better off. Because seems like Dylan Dennis is good for no one. Yeah, I mean, he's 12-5. He's coming off a loss. Obviously, Bruno's coming off of a loss as well. But, I know they usually don't. They're not gonna favor him, especially after those two brutal knockouts he took in his last fights. But I actually think Hawes might come out and really do this, take care of Bruno this time around. I think he's gonna win. I really think he's gonna do it. He's just probably gonna come back with a lot more, I want to say, energy, more, pep in his step, because he's on a 2-fight losing streak, and that sucks for him. At least with Ferreira, he's still got one win in the last two fights he's had against RoboCop. But Hawes has just been on a downturn, and I think this time he's gonna turn it up, and he has to come out with the W, or I think he's probably gonna be done with the UFC at this point. I feel like it. But obviously he has all the tools to get it done. He's obviously the lengthier guy. He's taller. He's got better reach. He's so everything is there. So I'm sure he can get it done. So yeah, I'm going with Phil Hawes, even though he hangs out with Dylan Dennis, but whatever. We'll leave that alone. I'm watching Ricky Simone and Mario Batista. Obviously, two great fighters as well. It's a close fight. I'm probably going to go with the betting favorite on that as well. And Jim Miller, of course. I mean, gotta go with the OG. How can you not? Look at this guy's fight record. Jeez. You got to go with him, especially after that last showing, man. That last showing was no joke. I mean, the dude, oof, set this guy to the freaking next dimension with that one. So, I love him for this one. So, you know, I'm excited to see it. I really want him to take the win, W, and maybe show up at 300. You know, hopefully that'd be awesome. I think he'll be the only fighter to do 100 UFC 100, 200, and then hopefully 300. So hey, you know, take the W, go to 300, hopefully get another W there, and then right off into the sunset. That would be awesome. Manel Cop, he's an interesting character, but you know what? He should, I mean, hopefully he gets this win. And the reason why I'm saying it is because I want to see him fight Kai Kara-France. Like, I've been waiting for that. I really want to see him and Kai go at it. And, you know, obviously had a go at one point, and it didn't work out in Manel's favor. But I think this time around he comes back and he gets the W. And obviously the fight after this is Kai Kara-France. And if he wins that, he gets the title shot. Because who else is left except Amir Albazi? But I want to say after Amir fights Brendan Moreno, if he wins that, well, that's a title shot for him. I don't think Manel Cop and go, if he wins, I don't think he goes to fight Moreno. I think he just goes straight to, I think he fights, I think his path would be he fights Kai Kara-France, and if he wins, he just goes to the title. I don't think he's going to fight Moreno in the mix of that, because then he'll just be fighting every single top fiver, which I don't know. I think he just fights Kai Kara-France after this, and then he just wins, and then goes from there. And I mean, wins and then goes from there. But yeah, let's see how this fight plays out. I mean, he could lose again. It could be another split decision. I mean, his last fight was, you know, pretty close as well. As far as, I mean, he just has to, you know, go for the kill this time. I mean, he has to go for a knockout or submission to actually get this. I mean, and not let it go to decision again. So you never know how the judges will score it. So yeah, but I really want to see him against Kai Kara-France. Anyways, main event. Magomed Ankalaev versus Johnny Walker. Obviously, whatever happened last time between them was, you know, it sucked. It stopped pretty quickly, which was kind of weird, but whatever. This is going to be an interesting fight. I mean, it's because these two guys suddenly don't like each other. And they're obviously both great fighters. Johnny Walker had a weird run. He was actually super promising when he first came around, but, you know, it didn't work out for him. But then he became like a highlight reel himself, because he got knocked out by freaking Jamal Hill, and Jamal Hill just took his head off. But yeah, and Ankalaev obviously not the biggest fan favorite, I want to say. I personally think he's a great fighter. I think both of them are great fighters. I enjoyed watching both of them. I think that, you know, when that last fight he had with Jan Blachowicz, they didn't give him the title. I just felt like they didn't want to give either of those guys the title, to be really honest. They really want to give Ankalaev the title. They didn't want to give Jan the title. And I understand. I understand why. A lot of people don't like their fighting style. It doesn't sell tickets. Doesn't put butts in seats. It is what it is. But yeah, I kind of agree with the odds here. I think that he takes it. I mean, minus 455 is kind of huge. I would almost say put some money on Walker, because we never know with Walker. He's a big dude, man. 6'6". Is very, very tall. And, you know, obviously insane reach. But the last go, I believe that first round, Ankalaev looked better at least. But we'll see. We'll see how this plays out. I think Magomed takes it. And like I said, I think this card is just better than the 297 card. unfortunately, 297 is, I don't know what happened. I don't know who shit the bed there with that one, but whatever. But this fight, this card looks great. I mean, I like it. I'll be tuning in. I'll be watching. Let me know your guys' thoughts. Who do you guys have for the main event? And I'll see you guys on the next one. Hey guys, thanks for watching. Please don't forget to like this video. Also, if you're enjoying the content, please consider subscribing, and don't forget to hit the bell icon so you can see all the new videos I upload.